Star versus the Forces of Evil and Star Marco's Guide to Mastering Every Dimension belong to daron, nefcy, Disney Channel, and all other people associated with its creation. Please go support Star versus the Force of Evil and go buy this book. Hello everybody, Raspberry Barrel here, and now we're reading Chapter 4 in the Star versus the Forces of Evil Guide to Mastering Every Dimension. I hope you all have been enjoying the last couple of videos. At the time of recording, I posted like 3 videos yesterday. So let us begin. Too Cool for School, page 52. Too cool for school. How to be the best exchange student. Don't be Gustav, Star explains. If there's one thing I learned being an interdimensional exchange student, I'm not sure what it would be. I do know that the Diazes have had a lot of exchange students. Their first exchange student was Daniela from Belgium. She liked Marco enough to kiss him on the cheek, apparently, but he won't talk about it. That's right, he won't, says Marco. Then there was Pippo, the Italian. He never wore a shirt, except for this picture, but he did wear a lot of body spray. Sometimes when it's quiet at night, I can still smell Pippo, says Marco. And forgive me, guys, for pronouncing some of these names. Yeah. Next, there was Akil from Egypt. He played guitar in a speed metal band. His band was called Slaughterhorse 5, but it was just him and a drum machine. His English wasn't great, says Marco, but you'd always know if he liked something or not by how many medals it was. Like, he loved barbecue sauce, so when we got chicken wings, he'd say 4 medals, holding up his hand with all 4 fingers out. School was not medals. My mom and dad were 3 medals, making them second to barbecue sauce. I never told them because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. The year before I arrived, says Star, the Diazes hosted Callus from Switzerland. Callus was very private. He put a lock on his door, says Marco, from the inside. I saw him the day he moved in and the day he moved out. Anyway, says Star, back to Gustav. As it turns out, Scandinavia is not a physical place on a map. Gustav was really from Bakersfieldville. The Diazes didn't quite put that together before they let him into their hearts. I didn't want to bum them out, and if you're reading this, please don't tell Marco. Wait, what, says Marco? Anyway, if you ever find yourself in the position of being an exchange student, here are some things to avoid. 1, meat. Don't do anything with meat when you're living at someone else's house. Don't make meatballs. Don't even use the word meat. It's creepy. 2, axes. If you can't help yourself and you talk about meat and make meatballs anyway, for baby dolphin giggles' sake, do not also play with an axe. Meatballs and axes together are super creepy. 3, isolation. Don't try to tempt your host family away from the safety and comfort of their home by offering to take them out into an isolated part of the woods, especially if you already made meatballs and played with an axe. These 3 things together create a creepy trinity. Try these instead. 1, water. Nothing says thank you like filling your host family's house with thousands of gallons of water and turning it into a water park. 2, hair. Alternatively, you can fill your host family's house with a giant beard. 3, puppies. This is a no-brainer because even the most anti-pet member of the household can't resist a litter of puppies. If they have dangerous laser eyes, try to remind your host family how cute they are. And here's a little pamphlet about Echo Creek Academy. Star, this is going to be your new school. Please read. Love, Daddy. Echo Creek Academy. Is this the moon? No, it's Echo Creek. You'd never know it by looking at this gem of a town today, but before the settlers arrived, the city of Echo Creek, in the heart of the sentimental-lined Echo Creek River Valley, was once regarded as nature's landfill, a place where Mother Nature put all of her garbage. But a group of settlers saw something very different when they arrived here. 104 years ago, after a harrowing winter trek through the mountains, St. Angeles Mountains, the Boner Party, a group of 17 13 pilgrims decided to settle and incorporate the city of Echo Creek in 1898. Though it wasn't the place they were seeking, Bonson Bonner, the group's leader, assured the clan that they were en route to the moon. They nonetheless found the charm of nature's landfill adequate. And here's a picture of Echo Creek Academy now. Little did they know that the land they settled on was already occupied. After the historic 26-day war, the Bonners were able to fight off a savage band of opossums and claimed the land for people. The Bonners valued nothing more than education, and as the last opossum, Otis, was sent scurrying to the surrounding forest, Echo Creek Academy was built on this very spot. And here's a whole bunch of pictures of them. The original school was constructed of whitewood. Today we know it as mammoth bone. As it turns out, Echo Creek sits upon a mud pit that may have snared mammoths on their way to find warmth during the Great and Freezing. We're not really sure. To this day, the entire basement of Echo Creek Academy is still made of mammoth bones. And what a foundation for such a place of learning. You can get a sense of the history of Echo Creek just by walking the halls of Echo Creek Academy. Our principal, Edwin Bonner Skeeves, a descendant of the Bonson Bonner, carries the mission of the Bonner party into his management of the school. It may not be the moon, but the city of Echo Creek has a lot to offer. We have our own stolen water, a racetrack, a great jet ski dealership, and as far as learning is concerned, Echo Creek Academy is a completely adequate place to spend a lot of money on education. As principal of Echo Creek Academy, I say no one values your child's education more than you. I encourage parents to have nightly check-ins with their children. Ask the tough questions. Did your teacher show up today? Was your teacher awake? Fix your kids' homework for them so they can slip through the cracks in the education system. It's like I always say, failure is just mediocrity that fell down the stairs. As a parent, it's your job to be at the top of the stairs, looking mediocrity in the eye and say, "Don't fall. Are we done with this interview?" Principal Bonner Skeeves. Quick, cool thing from this. Principal Bonner, he's related to the Bonner Party, which I guess, his name, whatever, but that wasn't clear in the one episode about Otis, to me at least. Echo Creek Academy Freshman Class, 2014 through 2015. Echo Creek Academy. Star Butterfly, Marco Diaz, Jackie Lynn Thomas, Jenna Radona. The note from Jackie, "You're the best. So much fun having you in Echo Creek. See you next summer, Jackie Lynn." Note from Jana, "See you in Marco's closet after he's asleep," from Jana. Ferguson Durgeson, Alphonse Doolittle, Francis Smithington, Lars Vanderdud, Justin Armberg. From Ferguson and Alfonso, "Can you turn us back into our centaur?" Ferguson plus Alfonso. "What time does Marco get home?" says Francis. Later nerd from Lars. Star Butterfly rules from Justin. Brittany Wong, Sabrina Backintush, Hope Haley, and Moobs Squinson. "I wish this pen wrote with fire," from Brittany. "It was worth the hospital visit," from Sabrina. "Thanks for the magic," from Hope. "Thanks for the pie," from Moobs. Starfan 13, Rhea Roosley, Blake Lemons, and Megan Ganderlim. "Ever get the feeling like someone watching you? It's probably me. I love you so much. Sincerely, Starfan 13. Call me this summer, or not," from Raya. "I'm never borrowing your scissors again," from Blake. "Thanks for ruining the football field so I didn't have to cheerlead anymore," from Megan. And now, Ingrid Bloomgren and Carice McNelsley. And now, forgive me, Ingrid's message is in German. What I looked up, it says, "This looks like ink, but it is not. Have a nice summer, Ingrid." And then Clarice says, "Look out for Fall Hall, Clarice." Okay, and now we have Oscar. We have a little flyer about Oscar's album. Oscar Kehistra, Lance of Entrancement, album drop. Boom! The biggest album of the century has hit this decade. Lance of Entrancement, the seventh not full studio album released by Oscar Kestra, aka the artist formerly now known as Oscar Greason, has been dropped. About the bombastic music. Lance of Entrancement is like nothing you've ever heard. 13 solid minutes of dub house trance trash featuring the mind-bending guitar psychedelia of Oscar Greason, aka the artist who is also known as Oscar Kehistra. This one music blog says Oscar Greason is good at what he does and yet so humble. Stop and think about that. Why don't you let go and let Oscar take you into the depths of his musical mind tunnel with these 5 tracks? I can't believe he's just giving this music away. It's like he's like one of those people who help starving children, only he does that for our ears with music. Like if your ears were hungry, then what would be the food? Music, right? Track listings. 1. Mom, Don't Tell Me What to Do. 2. Twinkle Twinkle. 3. I Don't Like Your Boyfriend, Mom. 4. Little Book Dude, Feet Glossaric. And 5. Wish Upon a Car, instrumental. Hear Oscar's tunes and download his latest instrumental to write your own lyrics. Twitter.com/Oscar Kehistra. I have not yet tried and put that into Twitter, so try it yourself and tell me if it does anything. And now we have some flyers about St. Olga's. And Ponyhead and everyone has written some things on it. St. Olga's. It's not criminal to be an individual. The one true path to reformation, transcending your personality and becoming a proper princess, by Miss Heinous. Don't allow your noble lineage to be thrown away. Trust in St. Olga's to have a plethora of foolproof measures to turn your troublemaking princess into a paragon of proper society. Here at St. Olga's, we employ all the tricks of the trade. The all-seeing clock of Gingerdale, purity isolation chambers for hard cases, no mail in or out, premises encircled by the bottomless moat of oblivion, anti-dimensional scissor Transfidelian crystal tower, dragon-proof shingles, unbreakable stained glass, escape-proof room cells. And some more notes. It's not criminal to be, and then it's covered up by some tape. It's not criminal to be an individual. Next page is more little poster. If your elbows are on the table, you belong in a stable. Etiquette is the main focus for your troublemaking wayward princess. We turn undisciplined behavior into perfection. We at St. Olga's believe a princess should be seen and not heard. We teach all of our students to dress appropriately, practice proper throne posture, remain silent, keep their pinkies at 90-degree angle when drinking tea. It's not criminal to be an individual. And then there's a picture of Miss Heinous / Meteora with like a no. We teach them not to talk with their mouths full, have any opinions at all. Your free-thinking 1 in a million brat will become a 1 of a million emotionless rubber stamp for your bloodline can count on. At St. Olga's, we will break them of all their bad habits. Too wild, too opinionated, too bubbly, and too sassy. Too bad after a stint at St. Olga's, you can kiss all of that nasty individuality goodbye. A princess who misbehaves shall be saved in the solitary conformed chamber. It's not criminal to be an individual. And there's a lot of pictures. There's Ponyhead. And that's the end of Chapter 4, Too Cool for School. We got this little flyer for St. Olga's. I don't really know why that was in this chapter. Maybe because it's supposed to be like princess school. The Echo Creek Academy freshman class thing was nice. And, there's the year 2014 to 15. Which, does confuse some of the timeline. For me, at least. But whatever. It was very interesting to learn about a couple of the past foreign exchange students that lived with the Diazes before Star, and there were clearly many, many more on the wall in that episode, but here are just a few of them. And then Starfan13, that is her name, and if you listen to some of the charity drive streams that I think it's the Mystery Shack channel, Daron Nefcy and Alex Hirsch and Rebecca Sugar, they've done a bunch of things, just charity live streams where you will donate money and they'll draw a picture or sing something for you. And on that, Daron Nefcy was talking about how, yes, Starfan13's name is Starfan13. I think she said Starfan13 might have had a different name before that, but it was, like, also a really weird name. And how Starfan13 is related to Grunkle Stan. Which, you know, you don't have to consider that, but, you know, it came from the creators, so I say I believe it. Yeah, we got basically history we already knew about Echo Creek Academy. And it was an interesting chapter. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day. Star vs. the Force of Evil belongs to Daron Nefcy, Disney Channel, and all other people associated with its creation. Please go support Star vs. the Force of Evil and go buy this book. Goodbye.